What's going on, people? How's it going? I haven't checked in with you guys in a while. So I just want to make sure everybody's good. Everybody's hanging in there. So today I'm going to make this video about, I want to give my story on why I went plant-based, why I'm a vegan now, why I didn't go vegetarian and go vegan, why I've never dieted in my life. I went straight extreme all the way in because I just knew it was needed. So I'm gonna jump right into it. So the reason why I went plant-based and why I went vegan, and if you probably know me in person, you're probably like, oh man, this guy he's always trying to convince me to do it too, but like I don't want to, and like I'm a chicken eating person. Like I don't need, I can't live without it. Like I'll die. I'm like, okay, great, but for me, other people who've known me for a long time, like my family, I struggled with asthma my whole life. I was born with it. I had, I had serious issues with it, and I would go to the hospital at least once or twice every year. Sometimes like once every 2 years, and sometimes I have bad episodes. And for me, I never really understood what that meant. I never really did the research. And, I remember going to doctors and they're always like, make sure you stay away from grass and like all this other stuff. Stay away from, this, that, and the other. Stay away from, all these things, except, animal products and dairy products. So what happened was in 2017, I had a really, really bad asthma attack. I mean, it was one of the worst asthma attacks I've ever had. Okay, because my inhaler was not working. I went to the doctor, they gave me prednisone. If anybody knows if you got asthma, prednisone was not working. I mean, it was the most scariest time periods of my life. And I finally made a somewhat of a recovery, but it took me about a week and a half to actually really feel normal again. Then literally 2 to 3 weeks later, I went right back in it and I was having asthma attacks. I would wake up and just at 3 o'clock in the morning, just like, like not being able to breathe. And it was just so scary. And I was living pretty much by myself. And I was just so scared. I had to be around people. I was terrified. And, I just, it just was not for me. You know what I mean? I didn't want that anymore. And luckily, shout outs to Wahid Abdullah. I had a job, construction job. I was just a materials handler, and I had a job, and the project manager of this project, he was a vegan for over 9 years, and he would always kind of like subtly hit you with little information, show you things, and hey, it's about this, and this, that, and the other, kind of educate you slowly, because you see him 5 days a week. Anybody knows you be around a vegan, he's gonna eventually try to teach you how to be a vegan because they care about you. At the end of the day, they care about you. If a vegan is telling you need to eat better, you need to listen, for real. That's how I feel. I mean, maybe because I'm a vegan now and I'm teaching people how to eat a little bit better now too, but I wouldn't listen. So I was so stubborn. Like I used to say in my mind, you know. And no, actually, I said that to some people in there around us too. I used to say, I wouldn't trust anybody. I don't trust nobody who don't eat no meat. Like, how you gonna not eat no meat? I don't trust you. Like, I used to say that. This is what I used to think in my brain, you know? And then while I'm working that job, this was September of 2017. I started working the job March of 2017. I had a really bad asthma attack, and he just said, "Look, you see what I'm saying? You see? You know, you need to fix it before it's too late." And he's like, "The asthma, you fix that." And I remember being a meat eater, your brain, you're so clogged. You really don't believe that, you know, the KFCs of the world, the Popeyes of the world, McDonald's of the world, all these big food places that don't serve pretty much anything that's beneficial for your health. You really believe that, like, they're actually there to help you. You know what I mean? Like, you trust in the process. You trust the government would not allow people to serve food that can harm you, you know? So, you know, I've really had to take a step back and do my due diligence. Like, when I had that second asthma attack, and it was like twice as worse, you know, and I knew that this could be my last breath, and I had to climb out of this thing, and everyone I was talking to was just telling me the same thing, you know, except that one person in my ear that said, "Psst, psst, Aaron, it's your food, you gotta eat better food," you know, because I was going to McDonald's every day. I was eating the, the I was eating Popeyes every day, McDonald's every day, chorizo tacos. I mean, I was eating the worst foods that you can think of. Like, and when I think about it now, a year and a half later, coming on a year and a half later, that is the most disgusting stuff that I was eating. And I've been eating that for 30 years. I've been eating that for my whole life. My family's ate it. You know, you know, if you're in a black family, you know, soul food is real. That's, you know, you go to Thanksgiving, you better eat your soul food, or they ain't gonna respect you. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was eating that stuff. I was eating that turkey, boy. I was eating all that stuff. So, you know, I just knew, you know, that this could be the last time I ever take another breath. I thought I would wake up dead. And then, you know, I had situations, you know, asthma always scared me. You know what I mean? The asthma was one of the scariest things because I've always had it. You know, I knew I couldn't run very far without needing an inhaler. I knew I just was so limited. I couldn't be outside. I couldn't be, you know, around my friends and stuff like that because I always, you know, I'm so scared. You know, I couldn't even drink beer or alcohol or anything like that, like I wanted to, like to have a really good time because it always interrupted my asthma. You know what I mean? Because I've always had mucus always in my lungs for the longest time. So I just never really had a really cool, great social life due to asthma. You know, that's one thing that happens to us as asthmatics. We become like we're living in a bubble. You know, I've been coined the phrase "I've been the bubble boy" because I took an allergy test. Back then, I took an allergy test maybe a couple years ago before I switched over. You know, they test you for grass, mold, pollen, trees, cats, dogs, you know, anything. It was like 18 tests, and like they poked me like 18 times. I was allergic to all of it. I was allergic to every single one. And I'm like, Jesus, I'm like the bubble boy. I can't go here. I can't go here. I'm sick all the time. You know, I was dating a girl who's had bad asthma too. We got sick at exactly the same time, every single time. You know, don't matter what it was. You know, we got sick, and it just was just terrible. You know what I mean? The lifestyle of eating meat and eating dairy products, it's just terrible for me. It's just something I can't do. You know, I don't want to do that lifestyle no more. And I'm so thankful for the few people in my life who was just like hit me with the knowledge, you know, because I'm an INTP. If you guys seen some of my videos, you know I represent that INTP lifestyle. You know, some people say I'm an ENTP, but I'm an ambivert. I'm really well balanced, but I truly, I'd rather be, you know, in my little cocoon, studying, reading something, you know, by myself, you know, versus an extrovert. So I think that's one of the key reasons why I'm not really an ENTP, but some people say I am. I've had 2 people on this channel say I'm an ENTP, but it's here nor there. This is about the plant-based. So how I got out of asthma and how I fixed my asthma was I went online and I just typed in YouTube cure for asthma, how to fix asthma, best things for asthma, what can you do for asthma? And then eventually it all came down to, you know, if you do all the research, you're going to realize that the plant-based diet is the way to go. I mean, the plant-based diet literally cures all diseases. You know, you eat plants, you know, I can't say all diseases, but the top 15 is pretty much reversible. Asthma, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease. All these things are preventable. All these things, you don't need it. You don't need to be on medications. You're not born to be on medications. You know, your body knows how to heal itself. You just got to put your body into the right, you know, realm. So for me, you know, I looked at some of the best people on YouTube and they literally walked me through it. And you know, I had a mentor in person who would coach me, you know, and it literally changed my life. And I'm so grateful for learning these things, because I don't think I wouldn't be here right now. And you know, so you know, I would suggest if you have asthma, look into plant-based diets. You know, look into you don't even have to look into plant-based diets. Just remove the animals and the dairy. Just remove the animals and the dairy, and you're gonna make it. You know, your body will start healing itself, you know, but you really got to put in the micronutrients. You've really got to, what I did was I ate every night when I got home from work. I would come home and I'd cook the biggest salad I could. I mean, the lettuce would be mile high. I put peppers in there, onions, mushrooms, cucumbers, cilantro, lemon. I'd squeeze lemon on it. I would fill it up with everything. I didn't give a shit what it tastes like. Okay? And I did that for about 2 weeks straight. I would make the biggest salads ever. In the morning, I would eat, you know, all my fruits. You know, I eat a whole bunch of fruits, berries, strawberries. I'm talking about like a whole case. You know what I mean? That's another problem with a lot of people who go plant-based. They don't eat enough. Okay? You can't just nibble on like 3 grapes and then eat like a banana and then go at home and eat like, you know, a piece of tofu or something, you know, and then like expect your body to heal itself. You need to overdose on nutrients. That's what I did. Because if you know about, you know, eating plants, the best thing in plants is the fiber, and the fiber will control how much is actually digested. You know, it'll slow down your digestive system, so it'll slowly break off the nutrients, versus if you eat like a piece of chicken, it just becomes like this little soupy, nasty like piece of goo at the bottom of your stomach that doesn't digest very well. So that's why you're constipated all the time. So yeah, it's been 1.5 years straight, and I haven't looked back. You know, I can't say that I've avoided 100% all dairy products, but I've definitely avoided all meat products, except on New Year's Eve. On this past New Year's, I ate a piece of, I don't even know what it was. It was like a little square of something. I don't even know what it was. I ate it, and I threw up all over the place. And I ate some crab, a little crab. I threw up all over the place. Like, it was the grossest thing ever. Like, I'll never eat that shit again, because I have the visual now. You know, watch documentaries like What the Health. watch documentaries like Invisible Vegan that just came out. Amazing documentary. Invisible Vegan, buy that documentary. Just Google it, YouTube it. You can find it on, what's it called? Vimeo, Vimeo. Get that documentary. I recommend that. I just watched it last night with my mom. Beautiful documentary. Watch, Forks Over Knives. Read their magazines. And just get involved in a community. Go on Google and look for the vegan restaurants around you. You can eat Taco Bell and all these things, but just order the right stuff. When I go to Taco Bell, I order like 3 cheesy rice and bean burritos. I tell them, take off the cheese, take out the jalapeno sauce, and give me black beans instead of refried beans. Boom, you got it. Order a veggie power bowl. Tell them, take off the cheese, because they're gonna put cheese on everything, because they know, and they have policies to make sure they put cheese on everything, because they know that it's addicting. So they're gonna make sure it's on everything. So get that going, and with a veggie power bowl, you want to do no cheese, no sour cream, and no what is the other one? No avocado ranch. Okay, because it's all got dairy in it. Okay, that'll make you sick. Dairy is one of the most destructive things for your immune system. So that's you got people who get real sick. They like, I don't eat meat, but they're still eating cheese and stuff and dairy products, but they're still getting sick. I haven't been sick since I changed over. I haven't had a cold. I haven't sneezed. I haven't coughed. You know what I mean? Like, this is the lifestyle. I'm telling you right now, this is the lifestyle. I love seeing other vegans and people who care about themselves because they're so happy and they're so healthy. And for my meat eaters out there, I hope one day you guys find your way, because y'all just be trying to attack us, man. We literally, and I'm not the type, I'm not the animal, I'm not an animal activist, right? Even though I really love and care about animals, I have I wish they would shut down all these stupid ass factory farms, but I'm not the type that's gonna go and throw like red paint on your mink coat. Like, I'm not into that. Like, I'm not a protester. But my message to the meat eaters, the carnivores, you guys are, it's more about you guys. If you kind of pay attention to yourself, a lot of you guys are sick. You know what I mean? You guys are really sick. Like, not like gross sick, like you're sick, like you got health issues. And if I would give a message to you guys, really care about yourself and know what you put in your body, because at the end of the day, you've only got one life to live, and this planet is it's very rare to be on this planet. It's 400 trillion and one. So you got one chance on this planet, and if you don't eat the foods that you're supposed to eat, like Dr. Sebi used to always say, you can't feed a polar bear the same food as you feed the panda bear. They don't eat, they're not the same type of animal. You can't feed a giraffe the same thing you feed a dog. You can't feed fish the same thing you feed, cows. Okay, they don't eat the same foods. Their body composition is not meant for that. So being human being, we're so smart that we really think that we can just eat whatever, and you really can't. You can't just put whatever you want in your body, because what happens when you do that? You get sick and you get issues, and that's what happened to me. I struggled with asthma for 30 years. Nobody told me about this stuff. If I would have known this 15 years ago, maybe I would have made the football team. You get what I'm saying? Maybe I wouldn't have been, so frail and, like a bubble boy, and sick all the time and sick again. Oh, paying all this money for hospital bills. Like, they made a bag off of us. You know what I mean? They made some serious money off of us, and they still are, man. This is why, I worry about people who don't take in consideration their health. You know what I mean? My parents know what it is. You know what I mean? I try to teach it to my parents, my brothers, my uncles and aunts, my cousins, because I deeply care about them. You know, they've shaped my life so much, you know, and I know that they're eating a diet that can potentially kill them. And they just don't want to, and you know, a lot of them just don't want to hear it. They're just like, oh, but that's how I was. So I'm not mad at them at all. So, you know, you just try to think of creative ways where you can show your family there's a new way, there's a better way, you know, especially if you're African American in this country. Like, we've got the highest rate of everything, highest rate of heart attacks, heart disease, cancers, asthma, diabetes. I mean, it's like through the roof. Like, we're a 30% raise in all of that stuff. Like, we eat the worst. You know what I mean? We're literally eating the scraps. And that's, you know, that comes from back in them slavery times where, you know, you were fed what they had left over. Like, they literally fed us the scraps. We came over in this country, we were vegetarians. We had hundreds of acres of lands full of crops, like the most beautiful farms you've ever seen in your life. We ate all farms. If we ate meat, it was once or twice a month, okay? And usually it was like a sacrificial thing, or a religious thing, or a ceremony, something spiritual. And, and it wasn't a big plate of chicken, bucket of chicken. It was a little piece of like a goat that we sacrificed a goat. And everyone got like a little slither. Okay, eat the goat. No. You know what I mean? That was the type of shit we were doing. Not in every meal. Not in every, every freaking time you look up, you're eating this. And I don't want to be, harsh, but, this stuff is addicting too. So, that's what I got to say about it. It changed my life. I cured my asthma. My doctor I go to, she's like, it's like she knows, like, you should have done that, but she can't recommend that. It's like they have a contract with, to become a doctor, it seems like. And I've heard kind of some similar stuff. They've got like a contract where they can prescribe you medicine. They can spend 20, 30 minutes with you and prescribe you medicine, but they cannot talk about, your eating. You know what I mean? Like, they won't talk about that. Like, go to your doctor right now and say, hey, so what should I eat? And she's like, oh, a little bit of, chicken, red meat. I mean, you go to the website, the American Diabetes Association website. I mean, look what the meals they ask you to eat. You look at those meals. Look at those meals, okay? Look at those meals, and you'll be like, no wonder why you guys got diabetes. I mean, research has clearly found that diabetes is caused by the animal fats, the fats that are coming off the animals. So, like, it changes the structure of the red blood cells when it enters your body, and then, those cells can no longer carry enough oxygen, and the cells just don't work as well, and they don't repair or anything. So we got what's it called, osteoporosis. Don't kill me for not pronouncing it right. Like our bodies, our bones, our blood cells repair the bone tissue. So when we eat bad shit, the body, the blood cells don't repair the blood cells anymore, or they don't repair the bone anymore. So, that's why you got like holes in your bones and the hips and stuff like that, because your body's not repairing it. And colon cancer, I mean, that's a serious thing, especially in the African American community. That's a serious thing. And, it's all animals. I mean, there's not many vegans in the hospital, okay? There's not many vegans going to the doctors. On the top 15 preventable, okay? You got those special cases that you've got, certain types of cancers and stuff like that, and certain type of diseases that are not related. But the top 15 diseases in America and all over the world are usually lifestyle diseases. And, I encourage you guys to watch videos with Greg, what's his name? Dr. Dr. Greger. You know, he's one of my favorite doctors, lifestyle doctor, and he runs nutritionalfacts.org, and he'll set the record straight. Okay, he's not gonna let you eat bad. Okay, he's not gonna let you die. You know, because his grandmother was having issues, early, like in her 70s, and he was able to get her on a plant-based diet and let her live for another 20 years. She was gonna die. You know what I mean? So, this is what this movement is all about for me. It's about your family and taking care of your family, because those people out there, those lobbyists who run all these animal factories and who are working for the factory farms, and they're not in it. Your animals are a profit to them. They're looking at numbers on a spreadsheet. They're not looking at how many lives they're affecting. I mean, it's just business as usual. Me being a business person, I can understand that. You want to make money. You know what I mean? You want to make money. You want to provide for your family financially. But with capitalism, there's always somebody who suffers in some type of way. The best businesses are the ones who help people, and they know how to turn a profit by helping people. So, that's just how I feel. And, we're gonna keep winning. We're gonna keep, our heads high and hope for the best in this society. And, I know, the numbers on, people becoming vegetarian or vegan are rising like crazy, because more and more people are speaking out. So this is why I make my video, to voice my opinion, because I'm Aaron Fawcett. I ain't scared of nothing. You ain't gonna be able to spook me. Aaron, don't go out there and tell them what you're doing, because the guy up top, Big Brother's coming down. He's gonna come and get you. Okay, you come get me. I got something for you. Okay, so y'all have a good one. Stay healthy. Stay sharp. Stay strong. Stay sexy. You know what I mean? Like, keep going, people. All right, with that, I'm out. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Hit me up on IG. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on all the networks that I got, on Twitter, because you know what? I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment below. Holla at your boy. Take it easy.